Viance POV. One more please, I say sitting at a sidewalk cafe, chugging one after the other drink. Usually I don't drink a lot, occasionally I do. But today's occasion is not good to be honest. I only wanted to drink in happiness, but right now I'm pissed to my core. Your drink. The waiter says boing and then he disappears from my sight. My dad would say it's not a big deal, but I'm still upset as it was a dancing competition today and I had been practicing my ass off for it. But then I messed up and my group lost because of me. Everything was going smooth, life was pretty good. Then why did my dad had to tell me a day before my contest that he fixed my marriage with a man total stranger to me? That's literally my biggest nightmare, doesn't he know? Screw the glass, I grabbed the bottle and chugged down the alcohol. I'm literally so... That man Kim Tae-young is apparently a billionaire. It explains why my dad couldn't reject his proposal. In fact, he was so happy like he hit a jackpot. I scoffed thinking about it. Anybody would be happy to marry off their daughter to a billionaire, obviously, especially a father whose daughter is at the age of marriage but has been rejecting men. Well, now she is stuck. Can't reject this one. Actually, my dad has been working under that man for a long time and I'm sure he just doesn't have the courage to reject his proposal even if he wanted to, which puts me in a difficult position. But arranged marriage is my biggest fear. How can I marry a person I know nothing about? I haven't seen him yet. What if he's an old fellow? Young billionaires are very rare. And what if he's not a good person? What if he's the total opposite of the type of man I want? Yeah, I didn't even listen to my dad or ask more about the man because he told me we cannot deny him. In this sense, he imposed decision on me and I had to listen. So I left the house telling him I'm going to be practicing for my contest. I was angry but I still did not want them to worry about me. I'm a good daughter, alright? But I'm also a hopeless romantic. Want a man who loves me, someone I love, the dreamy, charming, romantic for all I crave is love. Crap, he could really turn out to be the total opposite of my dream boy. He could be an old fellow and if not, he could be a gold man and if not that, he could really not be very expressive. What if he's not loving at all? I rest my head on the table. God, why is this happening to me? I had always dreamed of love marriage, falling in love with a charming, romantic guy and then spending the rest of my life with him. Is it too late for that? Of course it is. I'm not getting any younger and still haven't found the one. But why does that man even want to marry me? He does not know me either. I guess it doesn't matter to him. I grab the bottle and leave the cafe, semi-staggering. It's almost 12 in the night, all the other shops are closed and the roads are also very silent. I know I'm very late and I shouldn't be getting drunk here alone in the streets, but I do not want to go home. I know I can't deny my dad, but how do I make him understand? He had even sent me Mr. Kim's phone number and told me that Mr. Kim has said whenever I'm comfortable I can call him. I roll my eyes. What does he even think of himself? Well, he's a billionaire, but still, he really thinks it easy to get whatever he wants for him. If I think about it, it's because of him I lost the contest today. I do not care if it matters or not, but I did not want to lose. When my dad shared the news with me, or should I say shared the order with me, I was totally distracted. I could not focus on practicing at all. Even during the contest, no matter how hard I tried to not think about it, I could not stop my brain from bringing it the same thing again and again, that how the hell I'm going to spend the rest of my life with a total stranger. I sit at the passenger shed, resting on my back. I cannot walk right now, my head is spinning. I feel violently sick and nauseous as my drinking capacity is low and it always ends up bad. I think I drank too much. I unlock my phone and scroll through the contacts. Mr. Kim, you're the root of all my problems. If I cannot deny my dad, at least I can tell this man that I don't want to marry him, right? Doesn't sound so bad. Obviously not when I'm drunk. Maybe I'll regret it tomorrow. I put the phone on my ear and hear the bell ringing. I hope he's not sleeping. I gasp softly as the bell stops ringing. He answers, but I hear nothing from the other hand. Maybe I should speak first as I'm the one who called. Mr. Kim? Miss Ryan? Holy, my name has never sounded so sexy from anyone's mouth. It has to be his voice, or maybe I'm just drunk. How do you know it's me? I ask. I have your number saved, but I have to say this, I'm a little surprised that you called me at this hour. I should not be feeling this way talking to a stranger, but his low-pitched voice tells me he looks as sexy as he sounds. So he's not old, but what if he is? How can I come to a conclusion just hearing his voice? God, I'm so drunk. I cleared my throat, showing my thoughts from my mind. Well, I wanted to say something. Sure, go ahead. I cannot marry you. Yes, I'm firm on it. And may I ask why? He sounds so calm and patient, I can feel my anger faltering little by little. Because I do not know you, I need to tell him the truth. Maybe he will understand. I haven't met you, I haven't seen you, I don't know what kind of person you are, and your first impression on me is not very good. Seeing how you ordered my father to marry off his daughter to you, I don't like how I sound so harsh, but that's exactly how I felt when my dad told me I have to marry a stranger. You know he cannot deny you because you have power and you think since you have all this money you can get whatever you want. Or maybe I'm a little too brave talking to him like this and rejecting his proposal. He's truly powerful. What if I get in trouble? Are you drunk, Miss Fyan? This is what he replies in that XC voice of his after I gave him that big lecture. What? Your father told me you're not home. Where are you? Now what is he interrogating me for? Oh, so you're keeping up with my every move through my parents? This is me off a little more. Of course not. You sound very drunk, and assuming you wouldn't sit drunk in your house, I asked your father where were you, and his text says you're not home, which leaves me wondering where are you? I roll my eyes to the back of my head. He's short, but why right now he wants to talk about unnecessary things when I finally built the courage to call him? I'm sitting at a waiting shed. Now what? I bark. It's over 12 in the night. You're drunk and alone. This is not safe. I groan in annoyance. It's none of your business. It is. I think you should go back home. Is he commanding me now? I have called to say that I do not want to marry you, not to hear you giving me orders. I sound disrespectful very much. What if he's a lot older than me? I don't care. He does not reply for a moment and I swallow. I hope I have not offended him. Okay, Miss Ryan, he says finally. You can continue with what more you want to say. Surprisingly, despite me being very disrespectful, he's still calm, which tells me he doesn't lose his calm easily. A good thing though. But still, how dare he impose his decision on my dad? I'm not wrong about him. He really thinks he can get anything using that insane amount of money and power he has. Thank you, Mr. Kim. I think I should too show a little respect since he's so calm. It won't hurt my little ego. I was saying that I cannot marry a stranger. On top of that, to someone who wants to get things through his money and name. I want a simple life with someone who loves me, someone I love, and I'm not seeing that here. I sigh and he listens patiently without interrupting. But how can I see my future with him when I have never even met this man? It scares me. Just the words arranged marriage scare me. It can turn out to be anything. Then what will happen to my little dream of having a simple but peaceful life with a simple man I will fall for? I blabber many things to him. I've been eating my words, but I'm sure he understands everything. I even blame him that I lost my contest because of him, plus how bad my mood is because of him, and how much have I drunk that too because of him, which he all listens to patiently. I can't say no to my parents because they never asked me for anything and gave me all the freedom my whole life. Plus, I know they love me a lot, and I think my father is also scared that you will fire him from the job. And you know that makes you a terrible person, Mr. Kim? Yes, Miss Vine, and I'm not done talking yet. I cut him off disrespectfully. Is it because I'm drunk that's why I'm being like this? I cannot help it. My apologies, please continue. God, why does he have to be like this? He needs to give me a reason so I can convince myself he's actually a terrible person. I sigh another sigh just when I hear loud laughs. Hey, stop, a man says playfully, getting down his motorbike, and the one who was driving follows suit. They approach me, staring creepily at me, and I'm dumbfounded. What the hell do they want from me? I have a bad feeling about this. Miss Ryan, I cannot speak. My mouth opens in terror. Both the boys come near me. What are you doing here late night, chick? One of them says, hopping beside me a little too close. I cringe an inch away from him. Get away from me. What do you want? Just then the other one hops to my other side and grabs my hand. We just wanted to know what you're doing here, he mocks, inching closer to my face. I frown in disgust and try to get away when they pull me back, both grabbing my elbows. My phone falls and I'm screaming for help. Get away, I yell, but they don't let go. I don't even got my strength in my hands. I feel drowsy. And I don't know what happens next. I just hear a loud bang and one of those boys flies and then falls against the shed door while the other ones run towards him. I gasp, stunned, and stumble on my steps. Then I turn only to see an extremely good-looking young man, tall frame, dark hair, sharp jaw, deep eyes, rolled-up sleeves, and I can see under his shirt he has just really sexy pulled. Oh my god, my breath falters. I'm convinced he has walked straight out of a damn painting. I forgot what's happening around me and how he's kicking those bad guys. He has got reflexes and his broad shoulder muscle flex under his shirt while he lifts his hand for a punch. I can't tear my eyes from his face, his body, this man I've never seen before in my life, but now he walks closer to me, his dark hair shadowing over his forehead, his breath slightly heavy. I need to close my mouth to hold back myself from drooling. Shall we continue the conversation we left on call, Miss Ryan? F. No, seriously, F. This voice, it is not too different listening in person, it is just X-ear. It doesn't take me even a minute to realize this man standing in front of me is Kim Taeyong. F. Mr. Kim? I ask. What a relief that you recognized me. I smile nervously, clutching my stomach. No, please God, not right now. It's going to be really embarrassing. The most awful thing is going to happen. I'm gonna throw up. I shouldn't have drank so much. Please, I need to hold it back. I gulp. He walks closer to me, his dark brows come together in a frown. Are you alright, Miss Ryan? No, he needs to get away. I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I inch backwards, clutching my stomach hard, but he doesn't go away. Instead, he holds my arm. Oh God, why? The heavens hate me. I make sick sound in my throat. My hands go to my mouth. He holds my arm tight, standing too close to me, and that's it. I choke shut, my eyes bend, and thick rush of blood fills my mouth, spills out, falls to splash on his expensive orange shirt. So effing embarrassing. I stayed and opened my eyes with one of the worst headaches I've gotten in a while, but as soon as my vision started to clear, I find myself in a strange but luxurious room. I rub my eyes, resting my head against the bedhead. Fancy artwork hangs out on the wall. Fresh flowers in crystal cut vases sit on marble top table. It reeks of money, an obscene amount of money. I move, muddled to find my phone, and my gaze falls on the table beside the bed. There is a note on it. I grab the paper. I called my maid and she changed your clothes, rest assured. My clothes. I stared down at the tunic I wore, exactly like the one I have and was wearing last night, just in a different color. I recalled previous night and I cannot be more embarrassed. I clasped my hand against my forehead. Other than calling Mr. Kim and telling him I don't want to marry him, everything else went wrong. I'm never drinking again. Well, I'm never drinking too much again. But did this man just buy a new dress for me like the same one I was wearing? I scoffed, surprised. After a while, I walk into a living room area with a fireplace, a large couch and scattered chairs. My head tilts back and I cannot believe I'm looking up at the morning sky. The ceiling is completely glass and it gives a beautiful view of the clear sky. I turn in a circle, taking it all. Even though I see the same sky every day, this time it looks different, alluring and magical. A moment later, I step into a large modern kitchen and see that sexy man who owns all this. He pulls two mugs from the cabinet, hit the Keurig machine and grab a couple of K-cups. I don't know what could be the reason, but this man feels like a dream. And for a moment, I imagine myself being married to him and waking up every morning to see this view. Oh God, what am I even thinking? But he really looks even attractive in morning light. He's wearing a black half-sleeve t-shirt which is hugging his muscles so perfectly, and again I cannot take my eyes off him. As the coffee pours out, I take steps closer to him and a soft pitter-patter of my bare feet makes him turn. Good morning, Miss Ryan, he says, his deep eyes roving over my face for a moment. I only give a curt nod. How did you even appear there out of nowhere? I'm curious about several things. A corner of his mouth edges up and I just know his smile is gorgeous too. When I got to know you were drunk and alone outside, I had already started searching for you. He says and I narrow my eyes. Luckily that place was close to my house and I had spotted you while we were still talking. I should be thankful to him and not give him looks. He saved my life. Anything could have happened there. I was in danger. I did not have the energy to fight. Besides, I talked to him so disrespectfully, which makes me the bad person. Thank you for helping me last night, I say, lowering my gaze. And I want to apologize for puking on your shirt. I'm still so embarrassed about it. It's okay for that, he answers, and also for the punch you threw at my face. There is a hint of amusement in his voice, but total shock on my face. What? Did he really say that? Punch? I ask, dumbfounded. He gives me a half grin and I feel myself growing fond of that gorgeous smile. Yeah, I told you that your dress is dirty and we need to take it off. That's when you punched me on my face. You shouldn't have worded it like that, I say in my defense, as any woman would punch if a stranger will ask her to take her dress off. I guess, my bad. But he sure is a gentleman, I feel. He knows what he's talking about, he knows what he's doing, he's always careful with his words, and on top of that, he's very respectful. But damn, I can't understand then why would he order my father for marriage, because I'm sure if I would have met him in different circumstances, I would have fallen head over heels for a man so charming, and I say, "You should have breakfast first," he says, motioning me to the chairs as he places the tray on the counter. "Then this pill, it will help with the hangover." Yes, I badly need it. Both the pill and something to eat because I'm extremely hungry, though I'm not sure if I would be able to eat in front of him. Who are you kidding? You puked on his shirt and acted like a total mess. What could be more embarrassing than that? My inner self reminds me. I nod and sit on the chair. Where is my phone? I ask after taking a sip from the cup. I hope my poor phone's arrived. He turns and places my phone on the table saying, "I already informed your parents that you're here." I give him a blank look before clutching the phone. I'm relieved he informed them. I cannot leave my parents worried. As I unlock it, I see too many messages from my friend. I knew I had heard that name. Girl, Kim Tae-young is literally the ex-billionaire bachelor. He has his pictures on every other magazine out there. I'm sure this is the only billionaire Kim Tae-young you had mentioned. This is crazy. Do you have any idea how many actors, models swoon over him? I hope you know how lucky you are. I can read my friend's excitement through the phone and automatically a smile appears on my face. Though now I have questions. Would you like anything else? His low husky voice interrupts my thoughts. I shake my head. No, thank you, I say, placing my phone on side and pinning the ex-im man with a serious look. Now, Mr. Kim, why am I here? This should have been the first question I asked him anyway. He turns to read my profile. I thought you might not want to go home like that, and maybe you would want to complete the conversation we left halfway last night. Isn't it better in person? It's very ironic you suggesting about talking in person. I may sound disrespectful, but I'm still pissed about it. Aren't you the one who imposed the marriage decision on my father without talking to me first? I sigh mentally. It should have been much better if we were met in different circumstances. He sighs and takes a seat next to me, and my eyes are skimming down his body, then swing to his gorgeous face. I cannot help it. I did not know what your father had told you. The only thing I told him is I like his daughter, I want to marry her, and I just want to know if she's interested or not. He explains. He said to me that he sure will ask you. Then later in the evening he calls me and tells me that you have accepted the proposal and now we should move forward with it. I was surprised because I thought you would want to talk to me first, and I myself was looking forward to talk to you. And that's why, despite your father telling me that you were ready, I told him to first give you my number. And whenever you are comfortable, you can always talk to me. I really did not know what has happened on your side. I just got it out of your father in the morning, and I think your father just wanted this to work because he respected me. So I don't blame your father, I don't blame you for speaking up for yourself, and of course you'll decide if I should be blamed or not. It takes me a little while to comprehend that. I really did not know what to say. His side of the story does not sound like what I had imagined in my head. He just wanted to know if I was interested, not impose his decision on me. However, I kind of feel disappointed with that. He shouldn't have said all that. But then again, Mr. Kim is right. My dad respected him and he wanted it to work. Of course, he couldn't reject his proposal. But can I blame Mr. Kim? I don't know. I wanted to tell you this last night when I found out what you thought about me was totally wrong. But then you were drunk at that time, so I thought it would be better if we sit and talk so I can explain myself that I did not order your father or impose any kind of decision on him. His gaze softens and he looks deeply into my eyes. Of course it is your choice, fine. I will never force you, he says in a husky whisper, and my heart starts to beat rapidly. He is so charming it physically hurts. I have been so disrespectful to him for no reason when he just wanted to ask for my consent through my dad. Who does this in the era of hookups and one-night stands? Though it still doesn't answer one of the main questions. The man sitting in front of me is charming, a gentleman, rich, and I believe he's romantic too. From the way he looks at me, I'm sure there is a line of women waiting outside his door and everywhere he goes. But why do you even want to marry me? Seriously, why me? And you don't even know me. That's not totally true, he says, and I frown in confusion. I saw you first time 2 months ago when I was gazing outside my office window. A smile appears on his face as he continues. I did not believe in love at first sight, but I actually caught myself looking at you for longer than I should. You were talking to your father and you were wearing this white colored frock looking like an angel. As he speaks, my heartbeat only increases. I remember that day Dad asked me to bring some important files and I went to his company to deliver that, completely unaware of someone's eyes on me. It happened to me for the first time. I wanted to know more about you, so I collected some information through my people and I also wanted to see you. I knew the routes you would take for your dance center where you give classes. You stalked me? The words spilled out of my mouth loud. That was just in the beginning as I wanted to know about you and see you more, he says calmly. I know it's not a good thing and I'm really sorry, but I did not have any bad intentions. I had just started to like you a lot. I should be offended that he stalked me and I'm even trying to look offended, but deep inside I know I'm just forcing myself to find something bad in him. I've been literally forcing myself to hate this man from the time my dad told me about marriage. I'm trying so hard to find something bad in him so I can tell my dad why I do not want to marry him. When in reality he's a lot perfect than the ideal man I dream about, and I don't hate him at all. In fact, it's the opposite I feel. Since I knew your father worked for me, I thought I should ask him if you're interested in marriage. Marriage just like that? Don't you feel scared? What if we are not compatible? No way I'm the only person who is scared of marriage. And I'm not saying he should be scared like me, but marriage is not a joke. I feel we are perfect for each other. I feel myself melting by every word he says. How can you even say that? I feel it. A businessman going according to feelings. I have to show I'm serious about it despite me being totally captivated by his charm. Business from here. He points to his temple, then briefly points to where his heart should be. Love from here. Oh God, that word, weak point of a hopeless romantic. Love? Do you doubt it? I don't know, I sigh, cutting my gaze away from his gorgeous face. His words making me feel thin. A very good-looking young billionaire like you can get any woman, someone sophisticated, elite class. Why me then? I was dying to ask it. He lays a hand over mine on my lap and I shiver, breathless by his soft touch. It is so unfair that you do not know how amazing and perfect you are, he says, and I look up at him, not able to tear my eyes away, and that soft movement of his hand in mine leaves me feeling like I'm under some kind of spell. I have never felt this for any woman before, Ryan. What he says makes me feel so special, even though I've been told this by other men too before, but this feels different. This feels real, and I cannot believe I'm feeling this way for a stranger I have known not even for a day. What is happening to me? Is this the beginning of something called love? What if after marriage you realize you were wrong? What if after marriage I realize I could not have been more right? You don't understand. I furrow my brows at him. He merely smiles. Miss Ryan, sometimes when your heart is drawn towards someone with full force, you should not think too much about it and just take the chance. His voice is soft, his words doing magic to me. Suddenly, the arranged marriage doesn't sound so scary. Sometimes it's really worth it. I cannot believe none of it, but if I think about it the other way, what if he is the right one? Because my heart tells me there is a possibility. He is charming, respectful, understanding, calm, and patient. He expresses himself so perfectly. And God, he's so loving. He's everything a woman can wish for an ideal. Though I always wanted to be with a simple man, obscene amount of money never excited me to that level, but it doesn't make him a bad person. Then why do I have to be so negative about it and force myself to hate him when I obviously do not hate him? From talking to him on the call for the first time to now meeting him, my heart has been feeling good about it. I'm attracted to him. I'm still looking for the right words to tell him when my phone vibrates on the table. I drift my gaze, snatch my phone, and it's my dad calling me. I hold the phone to my ear, answering. Yes, Dad. Fine, I'm truly sorry. You totally had the wrong impression of Mr. Kim because of me. I just wanted you to accept the proposal. I did not even realize what I was saying could make you think like that about him. He called me earlier and asked me what even have I said to you. I instantly regretted it. It's okay, Dad, that's all I can say. It's not his fault. He's not that kind of man, Ryan. He would never force anyone. Do you think your father will choose the wrong person for you? I've known him for years. You should have asked me about him. I sigh, only if I really would have asked. However, I still would have talked to Taeyong and I'm so grateful for today. Things happen for a reason. I know that. I will talk to you once I come home. Oh, did I disturb you? He knows I'm with Taeyong. Is he teasing me already? No, Dad, you did not disturb me. I reply flatly and I hear him laugh. I will come home in a while and we will talk. Okay, sweetie, we are waiting for you. I shake my head, smiling myself before I disconnect the call and look at the man sitting next to me. His eyes asking for answers, but I know he would never demand any answers from me. I have to leave now, Mr. Kim, I say, moving away as I leave my seat. A hint of please sparkles in his eyes, but he holds back. He doesn't want to force me, I can see it. Okay, he nods, standing up. I will see you again, would you like to? I ask the obvious only to see a flash of hope on his face and my heart feels full. Gladly, he wears a bright smile which makes me feel at ease. I'm sitting in the cab on my way home. Mr. Kim offered to drop me, but I denied and he did not force me. I guess now he won't even insist me for little things as I had the wrong judgment of him. I laugh to myself, he really is considerate. I'll unlock my phone and type on keypad. Third person's POV. Meanwhile, Taeyong is drinking his coffee, his gaze reflective when his phone chimes. He swings his gaze and a text appears on his phone screen from Ryan. I think I'm ready to take this chance. We should move forward with the wedding preparations and I'm also looking forward to our next meeting. The corners of his mouth edge up into a heart-calming smile.